Hello there. Welcome to my channel. My name is Allison. I am the Caffeinated Creative. I love everything art, journals, planners, and all the things between. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're back, thank you for coming back. Today, what I want to dig into with you, this is going to be a little bit chattier than some of my other videos, but I am sharing my 2021 planner and journal plan. Oh yeah, I've been actually in some of these. Yes, it's many. It's a lot. But I'm excited to share it with you. This includes what I'm using for work, what I'm using for on the go, what I'm using for memory/home planning, and then just fun journals. So I know some folks are not interested in the planners. That's fine. I will put the timestamp of when I focus on more journaly stuff here. But I am going to start off with planners. Okay? Awesome. I want to start with what I'm planning to use for work. Now, is it as fun? No. Is it important because it supports this ridiculous planning and journal habit? Yes. So, this is actually going to be my work planner. I have decided to go into a Hobonichi, which you're going to see a lot of Hobonichi, just be warned. But it is a standard, just Hobonichi cousin, not a Vec, just the normal one. And how I'm using it is just as it's intended. Weekly meetings, daily to-dos in the daily section. This cover is from Cristina's Leather. Again, you're going to see a lot of Cristina's Leather. The reason why I had her make it like this is because I really like having my pens on the inside. And I know when I go to meetings and such that I like to have it like ready. I'm not going to as many meetings physically right now, but I do know that if all goes as planned, I will be in meetings at the later part of the year. So this is a gorgeous cover that I think will serve me very well. So this is my work planner. And then the other thing, my other favorite thing for work is the Rocket Book. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it is actually a tool that you can use to handwrite, and then it will transcribe your notes. This is really handy for me. I can be in meetings like all day, Zoom meetings especially, and this thing has been a lifesaver. I've been using it all through December. You guys have seen this if you've seen previous videos where I talk about my weeks kind of review. I've been in a Hobonichi weeks for 3 years now, and this is my Hobonichi weeks, which will be on the go with me. Nothing much has changed if you saw those videos, except for I am using this part as a mood tracker. So I'm using mild liners and going to try to track my moods, especially when it comes to work/things I have to do. Okay, kind of like my orientation towards productivity. And I am going to take a sip, so please bear with me as I drink this coffee. Okay. Monthly. I still haven't decorated my January, but that's okay. I literally have nothing planned besides work in January, so this may stay exactly like this. And my weekly setup has changed a bit from a video that I did a while back because of this planner here. So this is what I'm looking at in terms of general setup so far. I'm still doing that Alistair method to track things I want to do every single day, but I'm leaving more space for bigger to-dos, and this is just more like things I have to get done. I'm not tracking my food in here anymore. And then in the back, I've got my goals. I've got some stuff in terms of like tracking health, some things I want to do on my 40 before 40 list, which had to be revised due to COVID, quotes, things like that. And that's my on the go. Again, normally it's filled with credit cards. I took them out, and my license and stuff like that. My CTA cards goes in here. Cristina's Leather cover. Okay. Now, the thing that disrupted/changed it up in terms of my week's plan was this little guy. This is, and I just use that to keep it closed. This is a Nolte planner. It's on the smaller side. I got this in a stationery selection box that My Life with Mitts puts together. I will be doing some unboxings of these, I think, in the year to come, because November and December were my first boxes and I was blown away. I loved them. I've actually cut back on quite a bit of my subscriptions, but I'm very excited for the stationery selection box. But I do get them every 2 months until COVID is better. So this came in that, and I thought, people have been talking about this Nolty. Let me see how would I use this? And this has become my health planner. I love it because it's super small. Again, nothing pretty or fancy, but it's very just practical. So here I'm tracking a few things. This is a Coeco Sport that I got in a Secret Santa exchange. You do have to buy the little clip separately, FYI. I think this was all purchased on Amazon. I did do this. So each day I'm trying to, and I sometimes I track them other places, but I want to take my medicine, vitamins, water, meaning drink water. I'm terrible at it. And weigh in. I want to weigh in every single day because it helps defray the stress, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to do with these pages. And then I am basically loosely tracking my food, my weight, any kind of like if I have headaches or whatever going on. That's what this is for. So far, I really like it. And it will not take up a lot of space in terms of purses, etc. So excited for that. So these are sort of my on the go. This is especially on the go, but this is just like everywhere I go, home and outside, because it's food. Okay, now for the fun stuff. These, spoiler, Hobonichi cousins. And this is where we kind of transition from planners to journals and the mix. So I'm going to start with this. This is a Hobonichi Day Free. I recovered it. And again, I have the same design. Christina's leather. And the pen's in here. And so this I've been in for a good chunk of December because it's a day free, so I don't have to wait, and I really wanted to get into it. And how I've been using it is, my goals are right there. I'm using this tracker page for basically my miracle morning, like the steps, which I saw on Planning Mother of Three. Like, I didn't read the book. I saw Planning Mother of Three did a video on it, and I was like, oh, that sounds good. So it's like silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, read, and scribe. Now, I know I'm not going to be able to get this done every single day. It's just not feasible, especially once I return to work. But I'm going to try. And even if it's not the morning, it could be a miracle day. I'm still going to give myself credit. I think these things are things that are good to do. Then this is kind of a bill, like, at a glance situation. So when bills come out, I do like a little number code, which has been working. I did it all through December. So that's good. And then I'm not going to flip through all this because some of this is probably like a little personal, but I basically like am just journaling about how I hope things go well. But essentially this is the journaling part of this, I guess you could say, planner. So in the back here, I have my little cheat sheets for a few different things that I've been doing consistently. I was listening to or reading some information about Stoicism, and this kind of inspired that. So every morning, let me just go to a different page here. Every morning I try every morning. Okay, let me be real. In a perfect world, every morning I would do this. In reality, sometimes I do it, okay? But I do this AM intention, which is based on sort of a Stoic philosophy, sort of, I'm not an expert, okay? But it did catch me, it did strike me as something that would be good for me to do, so I've been doing it. And basically in the morning, it reminds me to begin with gratitude. And this is what I've written to myself. Begin with gratitude, breathe, think, enjoy being alive. Remember the person who died last night would do anything for today. What can you do to be grateful for today? So this is just to start off the day with gratitude. And then the second is basically thinking about mentally preparing and thinking about the day, especially what could go wrong. So not what the perfect day is going to necessarily look like, but what could go wrong in the day. And then write about that. And then how would you deal with if that worst case scenario happened? And this is helpful for me because it helps me just kind of like put things in perspective. And the last thing is that it reminds me to identify the difficult task first. So what is the most difficult thing that is probably going to be coming up in the day? Work, home, personal is how I try to approach it. Then I have a PM reflection, which is basically like looking at the day, what went well, what did not go well, what emotions did you feel, what discomfort did you feel, where did it come from, what can be learned, what do you wish you could have achieved, what were you proud of, and then contemplating your inner sage, like mentor, what would your role model have done differently, what would a mentor do the same. So the idea of like, look at somebody who you really admire or think is like doing life like it's supposed to be done, and like what would they do or how would they respond. And then last is take a view from above, zoom out from space. What are the least fortunate people on earth dealing with? How does that change your hardships and challenges? So like really, again, putting things in perspective. This has been a really fun / rewarding exercise I've been doing for a little bit now. This is not the first journal I've done this in. And then I also have a weekly review. And I can go over this in more detail in a later video. It's a little bit of a tangent. But I keep this folder back here so that every day when I have time, I do this. So I also do weekend goals. This is completely inspired by Simone, but this weekend is especially busy. But the idea is like, what am I trying to achieve this weekend? And it's both productive, but also fun or rewarding or good. So that's what I do here. But each day I use a little piece of washi, and then I do my morning. And then if I do my, PM, and that's what this is. So it's just sort of that process. And then in the back, I just have some like things I want to remember. And it's nice because it doesn't have to be neat. Like this is my meal plan, things like that. So I'm loving this, you guys. I'm loving this so much. It is really, really helping me. Granted, we're only 3 days into January at this point. Oh, and my last bit for my affirmations, I created this little page. Matte lamination, by the way. That's how I'm achieving this non-shiny laminated situation. Matte lamination pouches. But I wrote down these affirmations. I Googled them, and then I sort of worked through them. But that's been part of my miracle morning, which has been also really cool. So yeah, each day I pick a different fountain pen, and then I put it here, and these are just there all the time. And that has been a very productive, fun, cathartic, journaly, planner hybrid that I recommend. And you could do that in any notebook. You do not even need, a Hobonichi day free. I just love the way Hobonichi paper and fountain pens work together. So now, well, this is still a planner hybrid. So this is also a cousin. You're seeing the theme. This fountain pen I really like. It's Hongding, and it's Amazon. My mom got it for me extra fine for Christmas. I put it on my list, but I kind of forgot. I really like this fountain pen. So that's what I've been using. This is my Hobonichi cousin for more of the creative side of life, I would say, / my personal, not necessarily so productive orientation towards life. And it's like self-care, things of that nature. I guess this is more me. This is more like the me I want to be. And then work is the me I have to be, et cetera, et cetera. So these are some fun things. Oh, and I got this beautiful postcard from Lydia from February and June. And I just had to put it in there. I'm going to use it as a pencil board. And then I also keep like ephemera I want to use and stuff in here. I'll slide it all in. Okay, so you may have seen this quick flip in other videos, but basically this is like my self-love slash my self-planner. And I started it off with just things that I really like, things that are inspiring. And this piece, I finally figured out, I am doing gratitude. One little thing each day that I can be thankful for. And then I dated the second piece because I'm not going to use it for the second half. This is an Avec, so it's only half the year. And this is my self-care checklist. So it can change every single month, but for January, like for self-care, the things that I know are going to help me stay sane, listen to music, get creative, tidy up the house, at least one part of it. Work in my 5-year journal, enjoy a candle, move with intention, connect with friends, drink water or tea, do an AM or PM meditation. It doesn't have to be both. And then achieve the miracle morning or day. So I'm checking off the days I get that done. And then here is my monthly picture a day. I will do a video on how I do this sometime. Here we are in January. And then, this looks crazy. I've clearly missed my vertical planning because I went a little bonkers this week. But anyway, this is my weekly view. And I am doing the things I need to do for myself, for my home, as a to-do list. And then each day, this was a really busy work day, so I wanted to put it in more places so I felt accomplished. And then I'm also tracking things like ate taco pizza from Beggar's Pizza, which was so good. Took down the Christmas decorations, etc., etc. Updated my Happy Meal journal, which you'll see in a second. I ran this morning and I did not stop once. Yes. So this is just kind of a mix of things to do and then things I'm proud of or things I just want to look at. And, it's busy. It's crazy, but I really like it. So I'll do it for as long as I like it. And then moving to the daily pages. This is like the year in turning the page, the new year. So this was actually a paper towel ad. You might hear my dog. He's probably dreaming. But it was paper towel rolls, and I was walking through Target and I was like, oh, I love that image. So I just bought the paper towels for this and I cut it out. That's why it's shiny. But yes. My goals, which I'll maybe share with you more detailed later. I'm sure this is getting kind of long. And then my dailies. And this is just creative, fun. This is a sticky club. They give you these organization pouches and I just tipped it in. But so far I've done 2 days, I believe. Yeah, about 2 days. So this is day 1. This is day 2. But basically this is my daily sort of creative, ephemera stuff, place to keep things and store things and do things. I'm going to try not to make it really picture-y, but we'll see. Anybody watching Bridgerton, by the way? I really like it. So yeah. And then in the back, I've got some things that I've ordered, especially if I'm waiting on it. I had to buy a new printer. This is my sadness of January. My printer, which was super cheap. We just bought it because we needed one. My daughter went to virtual school. It broke. And so now I did a bunch of research and I went with his brother's printer, but it's on back order. So don't get it till February, which means I have all these amazing printables that I cannot print. Sadness. But basically this is my running log where I color in each mile I've done in a year and then weight and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah. I think this is going to be really fun. I think it's going to get really chunky and yeah, I love it though. And you'll definitely see more of this. I'll definitely do some of these pages on camera. More to come there. Okay, so we've officially moved out of planner territory. We are in journal territory. 100% journal territory. Although maybe this is not a planner. This is a A6 Hobonichi Avec. And I am just using it for memory keeping. I actually cut out a ton of pages. That's why it looks all crunchy. but this is where pictures will go. I'm going to try to use this similarly to how I used it in 2020. Lots of pictures, lots of memories. The way I kind of see it is this is something that, like, I don't know, I can really look back and it's memory focused. So that's why I'm thinking of it as a journal. Again, Christina's leather cover. All my leather covers are Christina leather, okay? All right, and here are my journals where I'm just going to write, basically, or stick things. This is my ink little journal thing where my fountain pen inks, I log them, which is fun. I think I got this from Jet Pens. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in the description. Next, we have this guy. This is gorgeous. I fully bought it just because I love the way it looked. And it's a paper blanks. But what I'm using it for is to log / keep track of ways that I'm improving my home. Because I want to keep track of that, basically. Times that I've, like, purged a bunch of stuff or cleaned more than just tidying, like really cleaned, put things away, done anything like gardening or house, you know, exterior housework or replaced a door or whatever. This is where that's going to go. Next, we have the 5-year journal. It's also Hobonichi. It's my first year using it. This is also Christina's leather cover, but this is a Pilot Metropolitan. Basically, the way I'm using this is I'm just doing a quick overview of the day, and then I'm doing some doodles. And I won't be showing this on camera at all, really, probably, but I'm excited to do this. I don't want it to get bulky. I just want it to be my words, my doodles, so that I can look back over years to see, you know, my life. Okay, coffee sip. You still with me? I hope you are. We have 2 more to go. Next, we have this. It's a Q&A a day journal. Totally for fun. Won't use every day. But basically, it asks you questions. Bought it on Amazon. Like, okay, what's the most expensive thing you're wearing now? That's fun. So this is just for fun. Just silly, light questions. And I plan to answer them myself and then force my husband to answer them on occasion, and maybe even my daughter. But it's supposed to be 5 years, so we'll see. And then last but certainly not least, and I am going to do an unboxing of this. Well, I have an unboxing. I've done the unboxing, and you'll see it in videos to come. But this is a journal by February and June, which I love. I purchased. And what I'm using for this is I'm keeping happy mail, basically. If I get sent beautiful, gorgeous, happy mail, then I am just sticking it in here. And really enjoying it. It's been so fun to have a place to put, like, all the little note cards, little, you know, stamps and such. So is this a journal? I'm not sure, but I'm calling it a journal. So with all that, whew, are you still there? I'm so excited. I have never been this excited about a journal / planner plan. And, you know, just for perspective, this is like a glorified to-do list, right? This is a glorified tracker. This is a glorified memory planner. This is just a journal. And these are where the actual planning is happening. It's not as bad as it seems, right? No, truly, I'm excited. I'm excited to... This is fun for me. This is my hobby. If you're watching this, you probably can relate. So thank you so much for joining me on this planner journey. You'll definitely see more of these to come on my channel. If you've got a planner review video, let me know in the comments because I'm loving watching what people are planning. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.